welcome to the podcast.
Thanks.
What is your favorite Bible verse?
Ooh, it's Romans, I think it's 10, 9 through 10. And it's whoever confesses with their mouth that Jesus is Lord, like, will go to the kingdom. Mm-hmm. It's something like that. That was a paraphrase, but I think that's my favorite.
What was like the reason behind it?
I get, like, sometimes I get stuck in my own head, whether that's like, I don't like claiming that I have anxiety, but whether it is like feeling like I'm not worthy enough to receive that.
Yeah.
And so that verse kind of reminds me that, like, he did pay the ultimate sacrifice and I am worthy enough to like, just me confessing, like saying with my mouth that I believe and like giving my life to him is like enough, and that he loves me. And so that's like my reminder every day.
I love that. Has that always been your favorite Bible verse, or like was there like
That's just recently, because I actually just went through Romans.
Oh yeah.
And I'm trying to like, I read through the Gospels and I'm kind of trying to do like the whole New Testament.
Yeah.
And so that's just been recent. But
I love that one.
Yeah.
I feel like, I don't know, I feel like it's rare for someone to have like the same favorite Bible verse like all through their life.
Right.
Because it's like, when you start reading through the Bible, which I'm not very good at like opening my Bible and reading it, but I should be better at that. But I feel like once you like start reading and you're like, oh crap, that's a good Bible verse, and then it's like your favorite for like a year, and then you read more, and then you're like, oh, that's not my favorite.
Yeah.
And then you read more, which is cool. I feel like it should be that way. But also I know there's like, I love hearing like older people or like grandparents talk about like their favorite Bible verses, because they've just been through so much life.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh, that's so cool. Like, I just love like hearing like their stories, and they're like, yeah, this is my favorite Bible verse, or like it talks about this in the Bible, and you know that relates to my life. I don't know, I just love hearing stuff like that. But yeah, I'm glad you're here.
Thanks.
It's gonna be fun. You're the third guest. And what are you drinking?
Oh, I'm drinking, where is it? I'm drinking a iced white chocolate Americano with cream.
Those are good.
And she actually made it good, because sometimes they're like, ooh. So.
Oh yeah. Wait, where is that?
Espresso Stop. This is in Issaquah.
Issaquah.
It's like right off the freeway.
Nice.
Yeah.
I usually get white chocolate mochas, decaf, because I don't drink caffeine, but yeah, I like them.
That's good.
Jeff always gets heavy cream in his instead of like regular milk or half and half.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because he doesn't do well with like milk. But for some reason heavy cream doesn't affect him.
Weird.
I'm like, okay. But mine is from Gravity, and I'm gonna say it's kind of mid. It's not the best. But it's just mocha with oat milk and almond flavor. But yeah, it's good.
Yeah. I can't do milk either, so I switched to an Americano, which is nice, but it can be bitter. Water.
Oh, shoot. Wait, so there's no milk in that?
It's half and half.
Oh, it's half and half,
yeah. But it's only like that much. So like instead of filling it with
they splash the top of it.
Yeah. It's like hardly anything.
Yeah, that's true. So I like that.
It can be a little bitter depending.
Yeah, this one's like, it says it's decaf, and usually decaf's like, you know, not as strong. And I said it was decaf, but it tastes kind of strong.
Whatever.
Okay. So you're going to share your testimony.
Oh, yeah. I should do that.
Yeah.
Do you have a prompt question?
Yes, I do. Okay. But I just wanted to preface that, like, anything you, like, don't want to share, you don't have to. Like, it's not like you have to, like, spill everything.
Right.
But, like, also, like, I encourage you to, because I think it's, like, important that people share their, like, testimonies and are vulnerable for, you know, people who are watching to relate and stuff. And I think it's important also for people to like see that like being a Christian and becoming Christian and all that is like not all sunshine and rainbows, and we don't have perfect lives.
Yeah.
So so like growing up, like obviously, okay, wait, background. Me and Rebekah have went to the same school in the same like tight friend group. So I know some of her story. I don't know all of it because we actually have not. We graduated 4 years ago, and we have not seen each other. We've barely
No
talked.
talking.
Yeah. Up until like a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
When Rebekah reached out to me, and then we met up, and I got to meet her cute son. And yeah, so this is the second time we've seen each other in 4 years. So there was a lot of catching up to do on that day, but and she's told me a little bit about her testimony. But yeah, so growing up, childhood like for you?
It was good. I mean, my dad worked several jobs to like keep the house that we were in, because I mean, the main thing that I remember is the recession, which was just like a little blip, and I was just a little girl.
Yeah.
But seeing like the stress of both of my parents, my mom is a stay-at-home mom, which was great, and then my dad working so much, that like obviously hasn't affected me at all in my adult life. But that's kind of how I just thought everything worked, and we'd go to church on Sunday, and it was very like cookie cutter, like has to be perfect, and like very controlling in a way, like you shouldn't wear this and you shouldn't do that, and like don't do drugs because you'll die, which I'll get into later. But like it was a very controlled environment, and like I don't know, as soon as I was able to get out of school and like be on my own, I kind of just ran, because I was able to do whatever I wanted.
Yeah.
So I moved out like two weeks after I turned 18 and moved in with a boyfriend, which was not a smart idea. Don't do it. Don't ever don't do it. Just because like then I kind of abandoned my family and like adopted a new family that obviously is not my blood, and so that wasn't very smart. I don't even know where to go from that. It was, I don't know.
Was it like so it sounds like it was kind of like, I mean, not trapped, but you felt like you were so restricted, like to doing certain things that you were like, oh, now that I have freedom to, I'm gonna try all these other things.
Yeah.
So like
it was a rebellion.
Yeah.
I really did feel like, I don't know, I didn't like start smoking weed because I wanted to make my parents mad, or I didn't start drinking because I wanted to make them mad. But it's like you made it sound more appealing, being like it's not good.
Oh yeah.
And so I was like, well, I'm just gonna try it once.
Yeah.
And then that doesn't ever work out.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
That's so true. I feel like if you are from a household that's more like controlling and don't do this, the kid's gonna be more obligated to do it and like be more curious about it.
Yeah.
Rather than like being like, hey, you shouldn't do this. If you ever do, like, please come talk to us, or like, you know, kind of like leaving some sort of a gap. So like they're like, oh, I can choose this or that, but like teaching them in a way that, I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get that can be hard.
Yeah. I only saw my parents as like authority figures and not people that I could come to for anything. So there was a lot of like built up resentment and built up hurt from whatever. Maybe it's just me being a teenager. Maybe there's something underlying. I haven't figured that out yet. I don't need to. But like, that sent me on like a downward spiral. Yeah. And I think that when I was at the tail end of that like relationship, I kind of was like, okay, now I'm only smoking and drinking because like my boyfriend and all of his friends are, and I'm not doing it because I really want to. It was like a peer pressure fitting in type of thing. And then just outgrowing those friendships and those relationships to be like, you know, I don't want to be here. And that caused a lot of tension in that part of my life, for sure. So glad to be here.
Glad to be alive.
Literally.
What? So like through like middle school and high school, was there like any sort of like shift? I know like you said that you felt like you had more freedom to like rebel and do different things, but like was there a mind shift as far as like believing in God and you know, practicing your faith and stuff? Like was it stronger in elementary? I know like elementary school was like you're little, but like did it get worse, you think, throughout like middle school and high school?
I think that I still kind of struggle. Obviously, like I have a good relationship with God, and like I feel called to certain things, like feel called to ministry. Me and Donovan, my husband, do. Oh, where was I going with that?
In middle school and high school.
In middle school and high school, I feel like, you know, I did VBS.
Yeah.
And I went to Sunday school.
Right.
I went to children's church, and I learned all the stories, and we'd do devotionals before bed. And so I knew all the stories. And then becoming like into middle school, like things like YD started to happen. And so then it was like, okay, I'm only doing this because my friends do it. And I'm only here because like I just thought that I was a Christian because I had always been like in the church. I thought that that's what it meant. Like you go to church and you're a Christian.
Yeah.
And that's like not what it is. So that took a lot for me to figure out, even up until like 2 years ago, to be like, oh, this is my own walk, and maybe I need to go through things again. Just because I know the stories doesn't mean that I have this great relationship with God. Because I really didn't.
Like relearn.
Yeah. And people will teach you things, and then maybe that's not exactly what the Bible says, and you learn it in your own context and what God wants to share with you. So,
and then you like apply it to your own life. And I totally get that.
And the more you read it, the more like new things come to you.
Yeah, exactly.
Every single time that you read something. And so that has been cool.
Yeah. That's what I like about the Bible, is it's like super like complex. There's like obviously a lot of it. There's like so many stories from so many different people, plus Jesus, like just like of healing. And another thing I like about the Bible is like there's not, it's so like gruesome and like like not horrible, but like it's, I don't know, there's like a lot going on. And I know like when you're like a little kid, it's like what's that show called? Come on, the vegetable one.
Oh, VeggieTales.
Like VeggieTales. Like, you know, you don't want to like teach your kid about all like, you know, what's really going on. So I feel like that's another thing, is like when you start to, you know, you move out or start your own life, and then you like dive into the Bible and you read like these like real stories, it like kind of like it like hits different, and you're like, whoa, it becomes more real.
Yeah. So that's been like the best part of being an adult. And well, now that I have my own child, like, how do I mold him and like teach him, and so that it's not so controlling. Or I want him to go to church, and I want him to like know the Bible, and I want him to go to VBS, and I like all these things that I did, but like the way that I was raised, I felt like it was kind of like, they use the term like shoving it down your throat. And that's kind of what I felt, was that it was embedded in me, and now how do I reimagine what it looks like as a grown adult.
Yeah, that's good. So after high school, you lived with a boyfriend.
Yes.
What was that like?
It was, at the beginning, it was great.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, freedom, I can do whatever I want. His parents didn't care. Yeah, like getting a job, and then you realize like, oh my gosh, life is expensive. And like that was like right when COVID had just lightened up a little bit. So gas was like $6 a gallon. I was like, I can't afford anything.
Yeah.
And I think that the reason it was like the hardest part of my life is just because like eventually it did turn into like a really abusive relationship. And so how do you like get out of that? And figuring out, how do I move on at 19? Like 19, how do you figure out where you're going to go? Life is expensive, like trying to save money. And it was the type where like I didn't ever have like my card on me. It was like in his wallet, and like sharing cars, and like my mom lived a block away. And I still was like, I did not feel
like that
welcome.
Stubbornness.
Yeah,
also,
it was.
Like, where you're like, oh crap, I can't like go back now. Like,
Like now from the outside, I'm like, I should have just immediately been like, Mom, I need to come home.
Yeah.
And instead it was like a total trauma bond of just like,
well, I'm here now. I'm
Yeah.
stuck here.
Yeah.
Wow. Do you feel like you're like, I'm 19, like what do I do now? Do you feel like those couple years were like kind of like wasted? Like,
Oh, yeah.
and you're like, oh, I could have like done this, and you're like, because you know, obviously it's like a thing, you know, after people graduate high school, you go to college, like that's like the typical thing. Obviously not everybody goes to college, and not everybody should. Not everybody should go to college. But anyways, that's a different topic. So did you feel like you kind of like wasted like a couple years at all, or did you feel like it was like, looking back, you're like, but that's like an experience? I don't know.
So now I actually have this conversation with myself all the time. I do feel like I wasted some time because I wanted to go to school and I like was putting him first.
Yeah.
And like I should have put God first.
Yeah.
And I knew that. And then I should have put myself second, like my family, before like I was totally looking at like this random boy is just like, you're everything. And it's like, why?
Yeah.
Why?
And he's like so horrible.
It's like, no, that's not how that works.
Yeah.
So I do feel like I wasted a lot of time.
Yeah.
But now from like an outside lens, I'm like, okay, building myself back up. I had this great life and I wouldn't have met like my now husband. I wouldn't have a baby. Like I wouldn't have learned all of these things. And like if I would have gone to school like I wanted to, I wouldn't have like, now I'm 2 years sober. And so it's like where I'd be like a senior in college somewhere. And so my life would look so different, completely different. And so I wouldn't change like anything that I've ever been through in my whole life, even though it sucks.
Yeah.
And like, you know, I went through like PTSD and like severe like therapy, and then what's that called? It's I don't remember, like sleep paralysis.
Oh yeah.
And lots of like anxiety like induced seizures. And so that has like all gone away just in like the last year.
Wow, that's so cool. So that's so powerful.
Yeah. And I think that all was just like the power of God for sure. And so he's like slowly chipping away everything.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's so cool to see, like, even as like just like as a friend who hasn't even seen you since like high school, like even like for me to like I just like could tell automatically like you're brighter, like you're just like I don't know, like you just seem more like, I don't know,
the Jesus glow.
Yeah, the Jesus glow. You got the highlights. You got got the baby now. So cute. And like seeing you as a mom is so sweet too. So you talked about being sober for 2 years now. Yeah. How did that start? Like, where did like alcohol come into play for you?
It wasn't really alcohol. I mean, I got wasted in high school a couple times, but I've only ever really drank alcohol like 5 times. Oh, okay. So I'm only like sober off of alcohol because Donovan was a really, really bad alcoholic. So I put that aside because I don't want booze in our house. Right. And that's fine. Like there's no need to have that. Yeah. But I had a problem with prescription pills, anything that I could get a hand on, just because I couldn't sleep. And like weed wasn't good enough, and weed was making me even more anxious. And so I just reached for whatever I could and got addicted to it. Whoa. So that was just like to keep me normal and like being able to maintain what I thought was healthy. And so, yeah, I actually got sober like right when me and Donovan got together. And I at first got sober because I knew that he wasn't using. And so I was like, oh, I should be sober just because I don't want to make his life harder or whatever. And that's not the right reason to get sober. You want to do it for yourself. So it took me relapsing in our relationship like 2 or 3 months in. And we like separated for like a week, but we were newly together. So like whatever. And like during that week, my mom was like, so either do it yourself, like get sober by yourself, or we can send you to rehab. Yeah. And I wasn't like a total crack fiend or anything, but I was able to do it myself, and I went to meetings, and
that's awesome.
Now it's been 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are you on any like medication right now?
Nope.
Yay.
Don't want to take anything.
You're like, no, don't get me out.
No.
Doctor's like, I think you need to start taking this. I'm prescribed. No.
Yeah.
All natural.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I'll pray about it first. Thanks.
Yeah. God can heal me.
Yeah.
That's so awesome. And then when did you and Donovan meet?
That was like, I think we're going on 2 years married. So like 3 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
How did you guys meet?
Yeah. Well, he was older than us in school. And so like, we were like in 7th grade when he graduated, which sounds terrible. But so I
They weren't
like that. So I like knew of him, and he actually reached out like on Facebook multiple times. And I was like, no, don't want to be with you. You're like the top.
Wait, this was after you graduated? Or
yeah. Because he was still using.
Right.
I was like, no, bad reputation. Don't want to be with you.
Yeah.
Even though I was going through my own thing.
Yeah.
And then I think that he had reached out like once when I was like at the worst in my old relationship. And I was like, you're weird. Leave me alone. And then once I was out of that, he was very persistent to ask me out. So that's kind of how that went. We just hung out, like literally.
Where'd you guys go?
I think I not followed him. I think I followed him. No. We went to like, I think he took me out to dinner, and then I think one of our second dates, we just like went to Cabela's, and we like hung out, went on drives, and like it was almost every single day we wanted to hang out with each other until we ended up just like dating.
Did he ever tell you why he was like so persistent?
He said that he felt like, well, him and his mom both said that he had never like felt more in love with anyone than he had like with me, which was crazy because I put him through the ringer in the beginning. So I'm like, why are you still here? Like, I'm a psycho and I'm trying to get myself together. You should like not be near me. And I gave a fair warning, and he was like, nope, I love you and I want to be with you. And we got engaged and married really fast, which was like scared everyone else around us. But he was like, I just knew that like you were the one, and like felt it in my heart, and that God told him. And he actually like gave God a little test, which I don't believe you should test God. But he was like, if she comes down to Olympia to see me, like while he was working, that he would propose. And so I didn't want to go. I really didn't want to go down there because obviously Olympia is really far from where we live. And then I just like felt like I needed to. Yeah. And so I went, and that was kind of both of our reassurance that like...
Wait, did he ask you to come down there, or was it like...
Yeah, he had asked me like, hey, will you come down and just like see me after work? Like that would be really nice if you came for a night.
What's the drive, or how far away is it?
It's 3.5 hours.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, and I had a new car that didn't even have plates on it.
Oh, jeez.
And so I wasn't even insured, and I was like, I don't think I should do that. And then I went anyways and got engaged. So
and he engaged like he proposed like on the spot.
He proposed like 10 minutes after we came. Like we went to dinner and proposed at dinner.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
that's so cute.
He was actually buying the ring as I was pulling into like his job site.
Oh whoa.
So I was like, where are you? I'm here before you. And he's like, oh, I just had to grab like some snacks for the guys or whatever. He was actually like buying my ring because he knew that I was on the way. And I was like, I just had to run the moment. I just had to run to the store really quick. It's like, I didn't think he would come.
And run, yeah. So, oh my goodness. He's like scurrying. Oh crap, he's coming. Yeah. That's funny. So when did you find out you were pregnant in this process? Like, was it after? Like,
it was like right after we got engaged.
Okay. And you like found out what were like I want to know like the process of finding out. Like
well, backstory, I didn't think I could get pregnant.
Right.
So I was being tested like basically the whole time after high school, I was being tested for ovarian cancer.
Mm-hmm.
And so that, like, we all thought that I wouldn't be able to have kids. Like, it was like every 3 months I was being tested for that. And then I got what's called pelvic inflammatory disease, and that I had it for so long without knowing that the chances of like conceiving after that, like they have to give you antibiotics and weird stuff. And so they were like, basically the chances of you getting pregnant now because you've had this for so long are very slim.
Oh, dang.
And so that was like 6 months before we even like got engaged.
Was it like devastating to hear? Or were you like, okay?
Oh yeah. We both were like, well, are you sure you want to be with me? Because now, like, I can't have kids. Like, you want a family, I want a family. Like, we're new in this relationship. Like, really devastating for both of us to hear.
Oh, yeah.
And so that's why we weren't very careful, which was wrong anyways. Forgive me, God. But, like, yeah, I got engaged. And then, like, 2 weeks later, I was like, oh, I'm pregnant. So that was actually... I was just telling him that I really think that was a God thing because, like, I had miscarried when I was 18 and I was like 10 weeks along. And from what the doctors had said, there had been like multiple miscarriages, like back to back, because I was obviously being dumb. So I just genuinely thought that like I could never have kids or get past like the first trimester ever.
Yeah.
And so when I did find out I was pregnant, it was actually so much anxiety because I was like, I'm gonna like, you don't even have to get excited because it's not gonna last. And so like when I got past the first trimester, I was like, oh my gosh, like that's when everything like set in.
Oh wait, yeah.
But that was kind of a crazy way to start.
Did you wait to tell like your family until you were like, okay, this is actually a thing?
Yeah. So we got engaged beginning of August. And then I found out beginning of September that I was pregnant. And we waited till Christmas Day to tell everyone. I was popping.
Were you like wearing baggy things?
Yes,
like...
I was wearing hoodies, and even my hoodies were getting too tight. I was stretching out my hoodies. I'm like, you have to tell somebody.
Did anyone say anything?
My aunt knew that I was pregnant at Thanksgiving because she could tell.
Oh.
She could see
it at Thanksgiving.
I was like...
Like, oh, I'm just bloated.
She was like, I thought that you were. And I told my mom, like, at the very beginning, because I had to have somebody, and she was like, I'm going to kill you. So, and then everybody else found out at Christmas.
Oh, okay.
And my mother-in-law sniffed it out.
Oh.
Before Christmas. They're like, shh. It's like, I can tell that you're... She didn't say, like, oh, you're getting fat, but...
I can tell that you're pregnant.
She was like, it's, like, all in your stomach. Do you have something to tell me? And we were both like, sure.
Oh my gosh.
I guess we'll tell you now.
Wow.
But yeah, definitely if there's another one in the future, we will not keep it that long. But I think we were both very nervous to tell people because we hadn't been together very long. Probably was what helped like my sobriety.
Yeah.
Too. Because I was new to that. So I think Donovan was like, I don't think he was doubting me. Maybe he was. But I think that he was nervous about being together so early and that happening. And I think that he was in shock because we both thought earlier that I couldn't get pregnant. And then I think that he was also like, oh, she's new in her sobriety. And so that was like all a lot. And we did a lot of praying about like, where should we go from here? Like, we didn't want to be like separated. And we were just like, we had all the hard conversations like very early because we had to.
Yeah.
So I think that that is what is helping us become even stronger. And then like now we just planted a church.
Right.
So that's
how did that start? How did that come about?
So he felt a call to be a pastor, and I did not. I never saw on my 2025 bingo card being a pastor's wife ever. Ever.
I mean,
no.
for like you, like,
No.
I could never. Yeah, anyways.
I was like, you know what? 2 years ago, my life was very different. So weird.
So good.
So he felt that call, and we had a church, so it was like in his family's name for a long, long time. And basically, it was like in some sort of trust where after it's deemed as like church property, and so you can only have a church there. It can't like be rezoned or anything. But that's only for like 7 or 8 years, and then it would go back to being just like family land. And the church could never restart. And so he was like, well, this church is about to go out, like the time's running out, and I feel called to be a pastor. So we took our main church and they funded us like remodeling the inside. So we like took the carpet out, took the pews out. It's cowboy church, but in like an actual church.
Yeah.
So it's like pop-up tables, and we serve food and we serve dinner.
So cool. Is that like, what day do you
It's on Wednesday nights.
Wednesday nights, yeah.
So that's been interesting for me to be like, oh, okay, like this isn't my calling, but I should go through with it and be supportive and like trying to figure out what I want to for me. And so now I'm definitely feeling this push to be in ministry, and I thought that it was children's ministry, and it's definitely not, but I'm thinking maybe more towards like teen ministry.
Yeah.
For sure, just because I have so much that like I could share.
Experience, yeah.
And so I'm like waiting to take that first step. I'm still doing some prayer on that.
That'd be so cool. And you and was it my cousin Chloe, I think?
Yeah.
You guys were talking about starting like a Bible study?
Oh yeah, she asked me to do a Bible study with her. Yeah. And so I'm also, that's possibly in the works.
Okay, yeah. I was wondering, because I know we talked about it a few weeks ago, so I was wondering if there's any update on that.
Not yet. We were supposed to meet up, and then she canceled. We were supposed to meet yesterday. And then I just am like, who in the area, like, should I do a teen or like a young adult Bible study? I just haven't like had enough time to really think about everything. So
yeah, it's a lot to think about.
Yeah, and I don't want to bite off too much. I can chew and start something, and then I mean I know that God will give me the energy and the rest that I need.
Oh yeah, and then like not follow through with it or something. Or,
I'd hate to go to our pastor and be like, I want to be a part of the youth, like the young adult ministry, and then I'm also going to start a Bible study, and then like they want us to go through different like steps before we start preaching, and so that's like a 2-year process. And,
oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Sorry, go.
No, it's okay.
I was just wondering about with the church you guys started. Is it like, has it like grown a lot in the time you've had?
It's gone up and down.
Yeah.
So we started January 1st of this year, and there was 80 something people for the turnout, and the church capacity is like 90. So it was like people were standing. It was crazy.
Wait, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was like that.
Yeah. And we've had another day. We've had one baptism ceremony. We had 3 people get baptized.
Oh my gosh, wait, I want to come and see,
I haven't been in a couple weeks because having a baby and it starting at 6:30 is like crazy. And so someone is fussy the whole time. So I've been in a couple weeks, so I don't really know what it's like now. But the last time I was there, since it was like peak summertime, there was like 35 people.
Oh, that's awesome.
So
where is it at again?
It's on Martin Road in Rockport.
Oh,
so it's like literally I could walk there from my house.
Wow, that's so cool.
Yeah,
that's so awesome though that you guys started doing that.
Yeah,
and it was Donovan's idea. You said? That's so cool. Is he like the pastor each Wednesday, or do you guys go through like guests?
Rotates.
So there's like. He rotates through how many people? So so we had some guys. There's a ministry called My 12 through our main church, and it's guys that want to be called to ministry, or they feel they want to find their calling. Yeah, and so it's a 3-year program, and by the end of it, you should know like what you believe in, like how God created the earth, and you know His story, and like you've deciphered what your calling is, and then they deploy you out in the community and you preach at different churches. And so cool. And then from there you can like do what your calling is. So Donovan is on his last year, and so by next year he should be the main pastor on Wednesday nights, and he will like be the head pastor of that church. That's so cool.
So right now he's the under, and we've had I think we've had like 3 or 4 different guest speakers. Yeah. And then the head pastor from our main church, he comes, and they kind of rotate out every other week.
That's cool.
Since they're both in construction, it's like who can come.
Oh yeah. So I've heard construction because Devin's sister's fiance, he does construction actually right here.
Yeah.
This guy industrial, and his schedule's always so crazy. So I know it's like different. But has Donovan always had like a heart for like teaching and like pastoring, or
this is like new?
Yeah. Is he any like experience with it, or just kind of like learn as he?
I think he's learning as he goes.
Yeah.
Our church is gonna do like a new branch of their like My 12 group, and it will also like teach women. And so the women department is like,
so cool.
It'll be 3 years, and you'll learn how to be like, 1 year will be like all Proverbs 31, and then 1 year will be like
so cool.
you also learning how to your calling in ministry.
Yeah.
And like then they'll deploy the women out, and so I'll start that too, and I want to complete that before I go into the young adult ministry.
Whoa.
So they're adding something for the men that like have already done the My 12 program. I think they're calling it like My 12 80s, like after death. Yeah. They're doing their whole other thing. Yeah. I don't know what it is. So Donovan will like, it's nice because our Bible study meets at the same time on the same night of the week, and that'll start in the fall. So
oh my goodness,
it's exciting.
That's so cool. It's so much bigger than I thought it would. Like it's so much like more of a thing than I thought it was.
They're trying to plant a church. I think they're trying to get one in Arlington, and they're trying to plant one in Bellingham. It's just who's going to raise their hand and be like, I have property. I have this, I have that.
Yeah.
And the main church, the main cowboy church started, like Roy, the pastor, literally was preaching like outside.
Oh, whoa.
And people would come because it was COVID.
That's so cool.
So he just started as like some small little Baptist church in like Clear Lake, and then grew from there.
That. Yeah. I love that people are doing that, and like what you guys are doing is so cool, because I feel like you don't see that very often, like, oh, let's start a church. Like, and people think that they have to have like be so well equipped, you know?
Yeah. We have no experience.
Yeah.
We just know that like we love Jesus.
Yeah,
like,
that's all you need
to be shared.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's really awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to come check that out sometime.
For sure.
Bring Jevin.
Yeah.
So I know last time I saw you, we talked about like you went to school, right? To Skagit.
Yeah.
You want to talk about that? And what you went for?
So I went to school for early childhood education, and I only took a couple classes. And then when I lived in Everett for a little bit, like one of the many times that me and ex broke up, I moved to Everett for 6 months, and I got a job in Bothell teaching, and I hated it.
Oh, dang.
So I love the kids. I hated the job.
Yeah.
And I just never went through with it. And it was a bad program anyways. It was like a boys and girls club before and after school. So the schedule sucked. There was no good pay. There was no benefits. Driving from Everett to Bothell in traffic was horrible. And then when I moved back to Concrete, I was like, well, there's not really much up here. There's like their farm to school program, which I've done.
Yeah.
And I tried to get my foot in the door again. So I have some references there. But now I'm just deciding that I want to go back to school to be an environmental science teacher.
Ooh.
So I go back in the fall.
Oh, that's so exciting. Where are you going?
I'm going to Skagit again.
Skagit.
Yeah, I'm just going to finish up because I have 1.25 years left.
Oh, wow.
And I'll just get a general transfer, and then, we'll see how that goes, being a mom.
I was going to say, do you have like a schedule? Like, have you kind of thought about like what that looks like with your little boy? I don't know if you want to say his name or not.
Titus, yeah. Titus. I just need to like talk to an advisor and be like, do you have childcare here? Can I like take morning classes, finding a babysitter?
Yeah.
And then like I don't work, so how do I afford going to school? Like, I don't know. We're trying to figure all that out, and I missed the scholarship deadline, so I'm like, hanging by the edge of my pants. Like, maybe I'll have to start in the winter. Maybe it won't work until like next year. Yeah. But just trying to figure out more. What can I do that I also feel called to?
That's so cool. That'll be awesome. And you said you're doing like a general transfer, so you just have like 1.5 years. You said
1.25 years.
1.25 years. So you graduate.
I'd graduate next fall.
Next fall. Wow.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
So I could graduate end of summer and then immediately go into like a university.
Dang.
For the last 2 years.
I've always like the whole like transferring and like, I don't know. I didn't go to like a normal college, but is it like Wait, so what did you start to go to Skagit for? What was the thing you said?
Childhood.
Early childhood. And then you were able to switch?
I just switched degrees, yeah. I just said I don't want to take any more of these classes.
So you're just able to like switch and then continue?
Yeah.
Oh, what the heck?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Because I had just started, and so I only took 2 classes for early childhood and realized I didn't like it.
Oh, okay.
And so I had already taken like social studies and English and math, and I was taking basic core classes.
Oh, okay.
And so all of them transferred over.
Oh, so you didn't have to like retake them.
Yeah.
That's nice. Is there any other parts of your testimony that you like have that you want to share? Or do you have any like advice for people that maybe have gone through the same thing or is going through this things that you've gone through or anything?
Well, I think that it's like never too late to completely change your life around. Mm-hmm. And you're like never too far gone for God to like love you and see you and like pick you back up. Like He always loves you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's like a big thing for me is just feeling loved by somebody. So I know like even if everybody in the world hated me, that like God always loves me. He always has me.
That's so good. It's so true.
Yeah.
Jesus loves you. Amen.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for being on the podcast. And thanks for driving 3 hours. Hopefully the traffic's not bad on your back.
I know.